Welcome to Build with Rob. I am Rob Dyrdek, CEO of the Dyrdek Machine, a one-of-a-kind venture creation studio where we manufacture amazing companies using our process we call the machine method. It is our passion to create companies with like-minded do-or-die entrepreneurs. And this show is all about the lessons that we have learned along the journey. On the show today, my partner in Mindright, the one and only Chris Bernie Bernard. Now, if you want to understand the history of Mindright and how me and Bernie got together and created the brand, you can check back on episode 3 of Build with Rob. But today, really, we're all about trying to take the next step with the business. You know, we're in the launch phase. We had a successful go-to-market, and now we're ready to expand the product line. And really, we want to enlist the Machinists to help us out with this process, you know, because Bernie's been hard at work creating a ton of great options for us to choose as our next product. But we really wanted to get feedback from the Machinist community and then ultimately speak to a handful of these Machinists to get even further insight into what direction and why we should take our product line strategy. And on this episode, you're going to hear two partners just going at it, really talking philosophy and what the right angle is and what the right move is going to be. And at the end of this show, you're going to know the next product that we choose to move forward with on our Good Mood Superfood brand that is Mindright. Chris Bernie Bernard, welcome back to Build with Rob.
Thank you for having me.
Well, look, we got a lot of stuff to cover today. All right, this is... we have already shared with the audience of Build with Rob and everybody that loves the Dyrdek Machine who Chris Bernie Bernard is, but now we are on the journey of building Mindright Good Mood Superfood. So look, today's episode, what are we doing? We're gonna kind of take a look back on sort of the lessons that were learned launching the business and everything that's kind of ongoing right now and sort of the evolution. We are in the launch phase of the company, and it's a pretty chaotic thing. We are then going to debate between partners, where should we go next in the product line strategy, right? So, you know, God bless Bernie here. He has developed so many different products, constantly hitting me with products. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? I love this. This is disgusting. This ain't good. This could be great. Why are you not thinking about this anymore? That's sort of the journey we've been on. So we're going to debate that together here. We're going to invite some machinists, okay, our consumer collaborators down here at the Dyrdek Machine to come on and give us feedback on where they think we should go. But before I do any of this, Bernie, I would like to first present to you your very own Dyrdek Machine, Chris Bernard Gold action figure. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen at home, if you can imagine, I just handed this man a picture, a figurine, a gold figurine of himself as an action figure where he is holding Mindright Good Mood Superfood. How does it look, Bernie?
That is incredible. Really awesome.
Yeah, so look, you know, you are a true do-or-dyer. We are built together and bound forever in this thing that is the Dyrdek Machine and venture creation. And of course, we like to immortalize our partners in gold forever. And there it is, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Looks amazing.
What do you think it'll go for on eBay?
Look, not right now. No one would buy it. But 25 years from now, that thing's going to sell for like 100 G's.
I got to keep the corners clean.
Keep it pristine.
It's amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it, Rob.
Okay, Bernie, let's get into it, man.
All right, let's do this.
Let's talk about the launch of Mindright and sort of all the lessons that have kind of learned, the lessons that have been learned going into bringing the actual company to market, you know, and, you know, because your previous company that you worked at, it was already in market. Mm-hmm. So this was really your first CPG to straight from zero to the consumer. How did it go? How is it going? And what are some of the key things that you've learned so far?
Yeah, I think it's going really well. You know, we're moving the needle in the right direction. It's not a skyrocket. It's a slow chug in the right direction. You know, when we look back at some of the things that we've learned, it's the fundamental stuff that we already know, and it's really hiring slow, firing fast.
Yeah.
We've already turned and burned through some agency partners and
talk about that, right? Like
Yeah.
when it came to launching the business, we chose one key hire was brand manager, graphic designer to really bring the company to life, right? Like taking the brand guidelines and really bringing it to life. And someone that you already had a relationship with, you knew how she worked. She came in and she brought that brand alive, you know? And I think anybody starting a company, like you need a creative force when you launch the business.
Right.
There's too much content to create, social and ads and everything and assets, all these different things that you got to create. You got to have somebody that lives and breathes the brand. And that's what Courtney really is.
Yeah, I'd say like, you know, I call it my haberdasher. She's a jack of all trades. It starts with creative.
Hold up. A haberdasher?
Yes, a haberdasher.
Which is what?
Pretty much a jack of all trades. I think it starts in like the hat world, but it's someone that does it all.
In haberdashing, meaning you've hats and suits. What's a haberdasher?
Yeah. Hats,
okay,
suits.
look.
We might need to Google it.
I don't know if it's a real word. Okay, we got ourselves a haberdasher, but what was this haberdasher able to haberdash for you?
I mean, starting with creative, you know, obviously you need to move quickly, try new things, but someone that can also dive into logistics, operation, all of the marketing, content planning, content creation, running the teams that you bring in from third-party perspective. Someone that can handle it all.
Yeah,
And
so for you know, look, she's an incredible asset, and so now you have sort of like, you know, she's really sort of the core person that's around you helping execute, right? And then now you have all these outsourced resources, and boy, it's a dance with the devil. Really, you know, I just don't think people understand. Like, you always think like, these guys are great at customer acquisition. Oh, these guys are great at building websites. Oh, these guys are great at Amazon. Like everybody's pitch deck of what they're capable of always is believable. Right. You know, what did you do to kind of make the decisions of who you felt was best fit for the company, and then how? Because this is a remarkable thing about you, is you just the moment you knew it wasn't working, you pulled the plug instantly. You just didn't stick around to like give somebody who clearly misled you on what they could actually perform for you. You made a pretty quick shot to bringing out the door.
Yeah, I think that's one of my experiences as an entrepreneur. When it's not working, it's not going to work. There's not a lot of things you can do to fix it. It's cut it off at the pass and move on.
Yeah,
Be more strategic about how you hire.
Let me repeat what this man just said. When it's not working, it's not going to work. Right. It's the hardest thing to make. Hardest decision to make for someone that has less experience. Because you know when it's not working, like, okay, I misread it. They're not the right fit for this. I can move on. But somebody that's doing a company for the first time, they don't know.
Yeah.
They're telling them like, oh, we're going to keep trying this and trying that. It's like one of the most dangerous things that can happen in building a company with an outsourced resource is you just keep trusting because you don't have the experience. What do you think some of the biggest lessons that you've learned, like as it relates to just bringing the product to market, right? Because we had a big debate of like, okay, should it be just direct to consumer? Should we find a retail partner? Should it be Amazon? What do you think you've learned the most by choosing the strategy you chose?
I think that, you know, having the flexibility to test our message, our story, who we are, direct to consumer, is the best strategy that we've chosen so far. I mean, you know, not having to be placed on a shelf and set in concrete, being more flexible, being able to continue to evolve the brand and the product has been everything.
And because like for people that don't know, what can happen to you at retail, right? Because we got some retail offers from we built a ton of hype, had a ton of press, really brought it out, and
it's a hard thing to say no to.
Yeah, and what are the drawbacks for people don't fully understand that?
Well, I think that you need to understand that you need distribution channels. So you've got distribution partners that you need to set up with, which is costly. There are slotting fees that come with getting on shelf at many retailers. Those are, $5,000 to $15,000 per SKU, per unit.
And a slotting fee is what? Like really
It's basically your shelf space. You're paying for your shelf space. When product doesn't sell, there's chargebacks. There's all sorts of operational costs that go along with being at retail.
Yeah.
And once you're ready, the company is ready to take on those chargebacks and those operational costs. But knowing who you are and getting it right 100% before you get to retail will make us successful.
Yeah, and I think for me it's, I think the other thing is like, well, what does Amazon mean? Right? Since Amazon is like the hybrid direct-to-consumer, right? Because you're essentially paying them a fee for really their customer loyalty and their customer, what would it be? Convenience, right? Where their customer trust, right? Where they just know if it's like on Amazon that it's a layer that's easier for them to purchase.
Yeah, and I think we identified that early. I think those reviews, they're annuities. They're worth their weight in gold. When I see a 5-star review, I feel really great about purchasing something. If it's got 2, I'm going to stay away from it. I think reviews are really important on Amazon. And then the convenience factor. If you're a Prime member, it's next day shipping. I know it's going to arrive. I know Alexa's going to ding every time it gets dropped off on my front porch.
Is that what she does?
She does. She dings.
She dings when you get a package?
I get a ding, yeah.
Man, you're getting dinged out here? One thing that I think is super duper clear in consumable product, right? Something where like you gotta, like, we're screaming taste good, feel good nutrition, and you gotta taste it and feel good to like know how great it tastes and how great it makes you feel and how you're gonna want to buy it again. That's right. And getting that to them and that first sample, because that's another thing I think we really learned. We didn't launch with the variety pack, right? Or a way to test, and that was instantaneously. It was like, okay, we got to get something that's much easier for people to purchase. And again, you made it happen like 14 days. I don't know. It was pretty fast, right? And the sense of getting it. How important is like that aspect of making sure people can get the product and test the product now in hindsight?
Well, I think not being at retail, like you're losing that instant gratification. So you need to find ways to test with your customer, making it accessible. The variety pack was 2 of each bar. There's 3 bars, 6. It was a 6-pack. We saw sales just skyrocket. It was what people were asking for. It made it a lot easier to try and figure out which, is this a product for me? Which flavor do I like? And then we took it one step further with the free trial, the free sample pack.
Yeah.
So it was 1 of each bar, just pay for shipping. And that just, that skyrocketed people into our working marketing funnel. So now we're communicating with them. We're able to follow up and
and I think
see the conversion,
especially in the CPG product. Make it easy for them to try it.
Yeah.
Believe in your product, because I think the one thing, like, there's no doubt we, anchored it to the ground on this stuff tastes amazing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so it was like, even when we were pitching Marcus Lemonis to be our partner, he said, send me the bars. I want to taste the bars. I said, Burn, jump in the F450 Raptor. I don't even know if it's a Raptor. and kick off some of that Orange County beach dust and mosey on up to Hollywood. Marcus was like filming something to do with the Prophet or whatever. And it was like, no, we're going to meet him live and let him taste it in front of us, because he's like, I want to taste the product. And the reason he's our partner is because it tasted amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that is, just the must. If you're going to have something in this day and age, doesn't matter how healthy it is, what the functional benefits are, it must taste amazing, right? And he loved it, and ultimately that's the whole idea of this sample pack of get it and love it and have it become your new favorite bar, right? And I also think the other thing, I always would waver on, like, do you want to live in that beautiful margin of direct to consumer on your own website versus giving up so much to Amazon? And I think what I realized, especially as it relates to a product like Mindright, is, man, it's like the easiest way. When I made a post and said, I know you guys got Prime, you get out here and Prime this thing, And taste good, feel good nutrition. It converted so many people because they just were like, oh yeah, I do have Prime. All right, I'll taste that. You know what I mean?
That was actually remarkable to see. I mean, it just people just ran there. It was an easy purchase. They feel confidence, and it's why we're seeing, our sales on Amazon have already surpassed our direct to consumer sales from our own website.
Yeah,
it's just an easier transaction.
Look, and I'll say it again. If you are like creating some sort of product that is being like a consumable where you want basically a consumer to become loyal and purchase it for life, like you launch on both,
right?
Because really Amazon is going to be this amazing opportunity to be sort of the top of the funnel for you to acquire a customer because they're so used to what Amazon provides,
right. And the other thing I'd add is that, whatever the costs are to go into retail, which are expensive, I would take those same costs and put them towards your marketing expense, driving trial, giving away product. Use that budget wisely to test your product and still have the flexibility of being nimble.
Yeah, and look, I think that is, it's testing it and having a place to test it. That's if a retailer supports you on that level, then you still have to activate to support getting it tested. Totally. Now you got to pick the doors you're going to do it in. There's still a lot of complexity even ultimately managing that, depending on what the product ultimately is. So I think those are a couple of the key things. I think, as you kind of said earlier, you know when it's working and you know when it's not, and if it's not working, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
I believe that when you launch a business, right? It's like you don't have to explode a business overnight, but I've been with a lot of consumer products where they just didn't sell anything in the first couple months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the depth of, if you don't have a great value proposition, a great product, and some great marketing to begin to convert people, it's hard to bring people to an entirely new product. So if you're missing any of those things, you can shoot some blanks. And to me, in the very beginning, when you start selling, it proves that you have something. Right. I think if you launch a product in the very beginning and you're just not selling anything, you most likely aren't going to turn a corner. Now, you can fight to the very end, you know what I mean, and keep fighting. But in the companies that I've had that had, I'm talking like cricket starts, they just eventually grew to a small, steady, always fighting for sales, versus like that true growth and people being excited about it and trying it and repurchasing it and that sort of aspect of it, which I think we really, really got here. And I think, the other thing that we know is people love the brand, love the product, love what it tastes like and how it makes them feel. And now it is time to decide where we go next. Okay. And let me set the stage here. Bernie has, of course, developed multiple products throughout the entire process. In the initial pitch, it had creamers and butters and bites and the bars and everything. Even then we initially went into the energy mix, and then next thing you know, I'm getting shots, and then I'm getting proteins, and then I'm getting pop chips, and then it's like it is just going any which way but loose. So as it relates to a man on a mission to really determine where to take his company's product line strategy, you have stopped at nothing to develop product after product after product after product.
Right.
As of this moment, where would you like to go next as far as the next product goes in your company?
Well, first of all, how do you feel about getting all these products? Is it overwhelming? Is it too much? Is it create more issue than it's worth?
Yeah, I love it. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's a good thing to love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, ooh, you got another one. What do we got here? You know what I mean? Now, of course, we know that, when it finally became too much was when you sent me protein.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because what did I do, right?
You-
What did I say? I said, this is crazy now. We're getting crazy.
Yeah.
You know.
One might say you were slightly violent about it, but that's there were a few people in the room.
Hey.
We could
I don't know if it
debate
was.
about
I'm
that.
not gonna say it was violent, but there is no doubt it was it was a Sunday at 11:42, and it was like, can we talk? It was a Sunday at 11:42. But what led you? And keep in mind, let me set the stage again here. We've landed on a decision of going a couple different directions, but not fully. Just like, okay, that's the right idea. Like, and okay, pop chips and salty snacks, maybe that's too far removed. Like, okay, like, is it gonna be hydration or is it gonna be energy? Like, we're seeing like customer adoption, sort of the drink mix stuff. Like, oh, but it's also really competitive. There's all these things you're constantly weighing, but then protein.
You hated it.
It was left field.
I don't understand it. How does it fit into our mix? Like, it's just you know, we could do that later on, but we need to figure out what our product is.
Yeah, look, you're making me seem mean.
Sorry, in a very nice way. No, but this is the best part about this partnership is that we challenge each other, and I think it's great.
Yeah, and look, so to me, my thought was, here's what I liked, right? I know, and then you threw on the brain booster.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, right? Now we're going full supplement, right? So now the range is like supplement, protein, energy mix, hydration mix, like salty snacks. Like, at one point you developed a crunch. An innovative crunch.
Oh, we forgot about that
and
one.
You bailed on it. You had innovated a form factor, and that one got buried in so many different ideas. But look, so like it was tasty too.
That was so good.
Yeah. What
happened?
Look. This is what happens when you R&D like crazy. But look, I appreciate it because it is what is the right way.
Right.
And obviously I keep screaming from the mountaintops, taste good, feel good. It's got to be taste good, feel good nutrition, right? So it tastes good, has all the nootropics and adaptogens that enhance mood and focus and energy. That's core to the principle of being Mindright, but then healthy, right? And
all natural
and all of that. And when we got to that protein, man, it just felt like, okay, now I'm working out. Mm-hmm. I'm done working out and I need to recover, right? Like I'm going to get my mind right while I'm sitting here recovering, getting my breath right. That's like, I don't know why I went to like a weird like guy in the Midwest that just got from like a 24-hour fitness who skipped a day of work to work on his arms. But I kind of fought it. And what happened? What happened? I never even tried it.
You never even
tried it. So I decided
oh God.
that right now in front of me, the actual blender bottle that he sent me, rather than making it completely convenient for me, he didn't like just send me the protein powder and have me figure it out. There was something inside him that said, he's not going to try this. Yeah. He's not going to try this. So I'm going to give him the blender bottle with the mix so he has to try it. Make it as easy as possible.
I did everything but put it to your lips.
You did? Oh, man. If this was like a regular, like non-podcast, we would just film you feeding it to me right now. Why did you do that? Did you think were you afraid I was going to have a little bit of pushback on this?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And why so?
Just because I know where your head's at, and this was going to be the most challenging for you to understand because I don't think you're a true protein drinker, and you weren't going to see how it fit into good mood super equation.
Yeah. I felt judged right there.
Yeah.
I felt
but
judged.
It's okay. It's all right.
Are you a protein drinker?
An occasional protein drinker.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
Right now,
I do add protein to my smoothies and things like that, but you know.
I am a protein drinker. I drink a protein shake every day.
Oh.
Why
was this so hard?
Momentous. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But no, I didn't. I use it for a different reason, right? Like I I wouldn't be, when I think about my use of it, it's like, okay, no, I wouldn't want to have like additional supplements in there. It's part of like my supplement regime, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't try it.
That's right.
So I'm going to try it right now.
So which flavor is this?
Peanut butter banana.
Peanut butter banana.
Let's see, this better be glorious because you know I lie even if it is. What you can't see is the joy on my face. I don't know what peanut butter banana is supposed to taste like, but that tastes like heaven. You know what I mean? This is extraordinary.
So it's not only protein, it also has your daily dose of greens. It's got a full nootropic and adaptogen stack of some great ingredients, all clean, all natural.
It has the greens inside it as well?
It has the greens inside it as well. Yeah.
Mm.
So it's 3 grams of sugar or less, depending on the flavor. There's 16 grams of protein.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a great add.
So look, that's, delicious.
Yeah.
Absolutely delicious. Delicious.
Thank you.
Did you know how delicious it was?
I did. I tried to tell you.
Man.
Multiple times.
Why didn't you just say, hey, just try it, it's delicious?
I did.
Did I ignore that text?
You did.
Oh, man, I did. I was so anti-protein.
Hey, we're here. Hey, you know what? We
Okay.
tested it, though. We did what we do, and we tested.
Okay, but before we get into there,
Yeah.
I do want to say that this is everything that Mindright should be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it is like, man, like, it tastes so good. It's really delightful. It's one of the best. I don't even know that I've ever had peanut butter and banana together. It's one of the most tasty things I've ever had.
You never had a peanut butter banana sandwich?
I remember seeing them as a kid, like other kids having them. Patty Dyrdek just wasn't about that. Like, last thing she wanted to do is mix a banana into peanut butter, especially with bread. She was a PB&J mom, you know what I mean? Okay, look, so this is what it's about. Taste good, feel good, nutrition. That tastes heavenly, and I'm glad that it did, so I can be truthful about it in case I didn't have to lie and be like, because really, what if it was like terrible? I was like, burn, this thing tastes terrible. Nobody wants this protein. But let's take it back to another product that you were just like, I got to do it. This is it, and that was the energy shot.
Yeah.
Right now. To me, the energy shot. Now, what did you put in the shot, the Mindright shot that had? What did you put in it?
It had a base of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Which has an enormous amount of benefits, from gut health to skin and hair, nail support, energy support. It's a great ingredient that tastes really bad.
Yeah, and are its benefits enough if you got to barely keep it down when you take a shot of it?
Some might argue yes.
Yeah.
But if our guiding light is to remain taste good, feel good,
yeah,
then it's something we need to revisit at a later date.
Okay, so when I was very critical about the taste, were you bummed? You know what I mean? Did you feel like, man, I really believe in this product? And he's just dream killing it right now. He's being too much of a dream killer. Although I kept it back. I did say like I'm still recovering from like 2 days, or I still got a taste in my mouth from like 2 days earlier.
I think there might have been like the throw up emoji at one point.
Yeah.
But,
partners just partnering.
Yeah,
you know
what I
mean?
We do partners.
Look, when you are a partner with someone, you got to be willing. Look, you got to be willing to like say what's on your mind, be as real as you possibly can to your partner, and then you guys got to have. Me and Bernie didn't have to fight about it. No. It was like okay, I get it. It's not great. It's not amazing. Like it's that idea of sometimes you can get down a direction of being so sure in your own sort of opinion and wants and desires for what you think is an opportunity that you need to hear from other people. And it's not always about just like, two partners having a discussion, because then it's just two opinions, right? And I think that's something you also got to be careful of,
right.
Of like really, really talking to as many people as possible. And in part of, here at the Dyrdek Machine, why we have created the Machinists and have consumer collaborators is, we really want to be able to instantly reach out to people and share them with what we're thinking and what the ideas are, and get feedback from them as just part of our process. Like, help us create us, help us think. And the more machinists we have and the feedback we get from them, it's just more insight, and so before we decided to shoot today, we reached out to them and we said, hey, here's the 6 products that we're developing. Could you pick the top 3 that you would choose? And then could you pick a single, one that you would like to try the most, right? So for me, I have been screaming from the mountaintops. I think it's the energy mix all day long. Seeing what's happened with Liquid IV, I use I love putting the mixes into my waters, and especially giving me nootropics along with caffeine. I just love it. I've loved it always. You've kind of wavered here and there. I think I've screamed from the mountaintops, that's the number one. It's the number one. Now, I like it for a lot of reasons. It's high margin, low cost, long shelf stability, all these other sort of things. Like the entry to the market is pretty simple, and as long as it tastes great, that caffeine and nootropic mix always makes you feel extra amazing. Why you been pushing back on me on the energy mix, you think?
It just, there seems to be a lot coming to market, not necessarily doing what we're doing with nootropics and, targeting brain health and mood, but it just seems like a harder path to really explode and test with. I think choosing a powder or powder substance is smart, because now we've got a food product, and we're going to test powders, and we can see how they work, what resonates with customers, and grow from there. I love the idea of powder supplement type product.
Okay, well, look, we put this out to our machinists, and in our first top line survey of when you picked 3, so it would sort of add all these together to put what did the machinists choose the most. At the very bottom there was the non-dairy creamer. Okay, now, outlier, right? I was also screaming non-dairy creamer over everything. I'm not saying that, the machinists are like, to every person as a coffee drinker, there could be a lot of different stuff as it relates to what it is, but somewhat surprising, right? Considering, it really stands alone at 21%. Then the next 5 products are kind of grouped together, right? And the Brain Boost Superfood blend, which is a lot more diversified, right? You could put that in anything. You can put that in your coffee. You put that in your shakes. Like, you really could put that in water, really.
Water, yeah.
If you were just looking for it. It ends up almost being a supplement, which I really love, right? The Energy Shot, both of those were at like 40%. Then the Pop Chips. Man, the machinists were really about the pop chips. I thought it was going to feel a little bit too far out there. Just far off, but boy, they're like, man, a healthy snack that also like made me feel good and was good for me. It really connected with a lot, and it's always been your vision, right? Like you've always been about like the salty snack, and early on, it was just sort of, we never even talked about it. You just delivered it one day. And here's the thing that I know about these pop chips. They've never missed for me. I've never had, except for the one, like you went out on a limb and made like a chocolate flavor. You remember that? It was like cocoa.
Yeah, it was cocoa or cinnamon cocoa.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean it didn't feel like a salty snack. All of a sudden, I was eating like a churro. You know what I mean? It felt wonky. But just an opinion. We'd have to test it.
Yeah, we got to test it.
Number 2, pretty far above the popped chips, was this dreaded protein powder. I couldn't believe it. When I looked at this, I couldn't believe.
Was that number 1 on that?
That it was number 2. This is in the total 3.
Okay,
right?
The total 3.
And then number 1... the great validator, the energy mix, right now at 52%, almost 5-6 points ahead of even the protein at number 2. So to me, I think it when I think about that, I think about energy is still just this beautiful, massive category that people are always looking for solutions for energy.
Right.
And I think in a lot of the machinist feedback, that's a ton of the stuff that they were just constantly saying, like, you know, in looking for that pick me up, looking for that energy. And I think even from my own use, it's like that afternoon, like not wanting to have a coffee in the afternoon, opportunity to drink it is why I think that landed. So, you know, look, a little bit of surprising here, but now we get to, you know, let's get into the realness. What is the one, if you could choose just one, what would it be? And number one was the protein powder. Man, and I mean, my soul, everything about me, like I was, even in my mind, when we put the protein powder in here, it was an afterthought. It was dead last.
Yeah. We weren't even going to put it in. We were just going to go with 5.
Yeah. Oh my God. And it's like, it is, once again, it is just that idea of, you know, you can have your own opinion as a partner, as someone with experience, as someone with knowledge, but, you know, validate your opinion. Don't just put a hammer on it. Right. You know what I mean? And this is shocking to me. And so much so to where, like, now I'm like, okay, hey, he's right. We got, hey, we should really think about doing this protein powder. You know what I mean? Like, what was I saying before? Those are only for working out. And then we asked them to give feedback on why. And almost everybody called it meal replacement and what their sort of use case is. And again, I think for me, you know, I always have to be careful with this because it's not my use case. I just assume that that's everybody's use case, right? And you just can't assume. You got to use your gut and use your intuition always, but validate it from as many places and forms of insight as possible before you make that decision. You know what I mean? And because it's easy to then hear feedback and be like, oh, that actually does make sense. You know what I mean? And number 2 wasn't, in fact, the energy mix. The energy mix dropped all the way down to number 4, and the energy shot jumped up, right? And a lot of that feedback was based off of convenience, right? Like, it was like, hey, for a mix, you got to put it in the water and get it going, and all that. And you know, the shot, which I think, you know, true to the initial vision is the ease, right? Like, where it is like, you know, when it's the 5-hour energy level, but now with nootropics, like, you know,
cleaner,
cleaner, better for you. Take a shot, pick me up, let it keep moving, you know. Now, and I do think that there's a big opportunity in both of them, actually really all this stuff. But what I would like to do is hear from some of the machinists. You know, I'd like to bring them in. They're playing a part. You know, they helped us pick they gave us some insight on what to choose on the packaging for the chocolate sea salt that we have coming out. You know, we've jumped them right back into like, hey, give us some thought on where you think we should take the product line. So right now we basically have the Machinists are a giant Mindright extension right now.
I love it.
So I would love to bring in a couple machinists and get their feedback and hear from them directly on what they think that we should do.
Cool.
Okay, first up, John. Welcome to
What
Build with Rob, man. Welcome to Build with Rob. First of all, you are the first machinist that I have come face to face with in the virtual world.
Awesome.
But number one, I appreciate you signing up and really being involved in this process, and thank you for helping giving us feedback here in our sort of journey to decide on where we go next in our product line strategy. So you ended up choosing protein.
I did.
Why? What besides all those other products led you to believe that, like, you want to know where nootropics and adaptogens need to be? Protein. Why did you do that?
Just being in the sports industry for a while, I was a coach, played myself, spent 10 years coaching, and health and fitness is a big thing in our family. And so making sure that we get good quality products is huge. A lot of the proteins out there, they contain so much cholesterol as a filler, and they're claiming to be a great product. And when you start doing your research and looking through the labels, you can see it's a dirty product. And I mean, that's the biggest thing, is just something clean, full disclosed label. You know what you're taking in. There's no red dyes, yellow, blues, and purples. It's just clear cut.
Now, do you ever take nootropics or adaptogens as a supplement now?
As in like CBD and stuff like that?
No, we're really it would be, you know,
Like
lion's mane, cordyceps, you know, mushroom-based nootropics or other.
Yeah. So I just started getting into reishi mushrooms.
Yeah, okay.
The mushroom of immortality. So it's been working so well out there. I've been doing that. It's helping with recovery and overall health. I think a big thing with us is, or most Americans, it's so quick to push this, take this pill,
right,
and you'll feel better. Well, if we can teach people how to eat healthy and develop a natural system and increase our immune system, we won't need all those pills.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I like this guy.
You know what I mean? This is a fact. This is a guy serious about his fitness.
He knows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Hey, look, man, I'm trying to go from dad bod to DILF.
Okay, hey, that's gonna take a lot
Pushing 43.
Hey, that's gonna take a lot of protein.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
a lot
right.
of commitment in the gym. You know what I mean? You want to get dilfy, you got to be in that gym. You know what I mean? All right, well, look, John. Hey, we appreciate you jumping on and being a part of this, and really giving us your feedback. Really appreciate it. And we want to get you to try the Mindright bar. You know,
absolutely,
I think we'd love to get it out to you and your whole family, and you're gonna love it. Not only is it's super clean and but it also has the nootropics and the adaptogens that kind of give you that focus and clarity that will allow you to step into the gym and be able to focus on getting all dilfy. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about.
30 days.
So look, hey, I appreciate you
Thanks, Rob.
helping us out, and continue to look forward to seeing more of your feedback in the future, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm always open if you guys just want to chop it up sometime. So
All right,
appreciate it.
All right, take care.
All right, thanks, Rob. Thanks, Bernie.
Take care now.
Jonathan, what's up?
Hey, Rob, how are you?
Hey, first of all, thank you for being a machinist, man. It means the world to me that to get anybody's feedback. It's great to meet you here virtually, one-on-one.
Yeah, well, thank you for asking.
Yeah, and look, I'm super interested in your feedback because you chose the Brain Boost, you know, and you already use nootropics and different things, or use MCT. Do you use certain products right now?
Yeah, I think MCT oil is one of my main favorite go-tos, but I'm definitely more aware of, what I'm putting in my body these days, a bit more aware of the nutrition and the quality of the ingredients that go into things. A lot of it stems from thinking you're doing the right thing, thinking you're eating healthy, thinking you're being active, thinking you're doing all the right stuff, but kind of still feeling like junk at the end of the day.
Yeah. And why do you think that is? Why do you think that is?
Well, a lot of it was eating products that weren't responding well to my body.
Yeah.
And creating inflammation. So I'm a fairly athletic person, and no matter how much I was being active, just wasn't keeping up. And then you start to turn to, energy drinks and sugar and all these other crappy products that you think are going to give you that boost, and then you just end up feeling worse and worse.
And so why did you what ended up being your top 3 when you chose of what you think we should go to?
I like some of the philosophy behind it. I've felt that brain boost, that you speak of, and I won't say it's addictive, but it's nice when you know it exists. And you notice when you don't do it. You notice when you start your day off with the wrong product, that fog that you have, or that you're behind the 8 ball all day, trying to be successful, trying to put your best foot forward, and you're just never quite there, versus the days when you have something that can give you that right start, get the brain firing on all cylinders.
Now, would you put it, do you drink coffee in the morning? How would you use it? Would you put it in a shake, in a coffee? How would you use it?
Yeah, coffee and shake is my usual go-to if it's more of an office day. I'll add something into my coffee in the morning. If I'm going to be active, if I'm out riding my bike, then I look to that shake to get the kind of hydration and the nutrition that I need.
And then what would you suggest to us, some other product categories that you think would be interesting for us?
Quality fats, there's a few others that I use that's sort of their main marketing message that's got me involved in their product. Whether it's like, there's a company, Fatso, that does peanut butter spread. There's some other companies that advertise more those healthy, those good fats. For me, my metabolism was burning the wrong sources of fuel, which led me down that deeper, darker path of finding energy in other places that wasn't good for me. So once I switched to more good fats, things like avocados, MCT oils, products with fat, grass-fed meats, high in fat,
Bacon.
it was such a night and day change. So I think adding more fats into products, it's at a good place where consumers now know the difference between good fats and bad fats and don't just look at it as like, I'm trying to lose weight, why would I have fat?
Yeah, I mean, look, Jonathan, you seem to me like a recovering energy drink abuser. You know what I'm saying? This guy, look, he's
Guilty.
like, I was just going down. It was just another day, and I had that Monster Energy, and I'd followed up with a Red Bull, and I just, I mean,
and then there's a summer edition. I gotta have it.
Well, look, man, I'm glad you're recovering from your energy drink addiction, taking care of yourself. Hey, for helping us out today, we're going to send you some Mindright bars so you can add another great tool to your healthy arsenal. But look, I appreciate you being involved in giving us feedback, and look forward to
thank
getting
you guys for doing what you're doing. It's encouraging to see businesses and companies and people having that mindset of trying to help educate and make everyone out there better people, better versions of themselves, right?
That's it. The only way to find true success is to be the best version of yourself, Jonathan. All right, appreciate you, man. We'll talk to you soon. Anna, welcome to Build with Rob.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you for being a machinist. Thank you for participating. It's just, I'm just so humbled and thankful for people like you that help give us feedback and be a part of our entire process. So thank you
Thank you
for
for
joining.
having me. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what you chose and sort of what you're thinking of and where you think we should go.
I'm rooting for the protein powder. I'm always looking for a healthy living style, so I try to maintain a healthy style, and the protein powder, I think it's the best call.
And how do you use protein powder? Like, do you use it for meal replacement? Do you use it as for post workout? Like, how do you use protein powder?
So, I'm actually seeing a nutritionist because I'm kind of building some muscle right now, doing some strength workout, and she highly recommends plant protein, protein shakes, but no, I do not replace a meal. I just do pre-workout and then post-workout as well.
Okay, and what's your goals? Just to be buff? I mean, what's up? Why are you trying
Oh,
to...
yeah.
I mean, that's it? Are you just trying to be ripped? I mean, what's the goal? That's it.
Yeah.
Man, it's just power?
Yeah. No, not only that. I mean, I wanna fuel my body with good ingredients. So with plant protein, I'm going all for the long run.
Now, do you eat any, are you vegan or vegetarian? No, okay. So
I'm not. People usually ask me that because I chose plant protein instead of a regular whey protein.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not vegan. I'm a meat eater. I'm just trying to be more, conscious about what I put into my body. So, but I do not eat meat a lot. But but I do eat meat. I'm not a vegan or a vegetarian.
But look, I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time today and giving us your feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Reagan, welcome to Build with Rob.
Thank you.
No, thank you for being a machinist. Thank you for participating and giving your feedback. Tell us what you think we should do and why.
Oh my gosh. So I saw all the products recently dedicated to energy. And I'm a mom of a 1-year-old boy, and I know you have a boy, and they're just a different breed.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
they're I mean, out of control in the best way, but I'm constantly exhausted, and coffee doesn't do it because you get the crash.
Yeah.
Anything sugary, I can't stomach it, and I try to eat vegan at least 5 days a week. So seeing all these
Hey,
clean
hey,
products,
that's vegan. That's vegan. 5 days a week, I think you
let me
qualify.
tell you,
Yeah.
and I live, yeah, it's hard. I mean,
And so
but
what do you do right now for energy? Like, and do you drink coffee in the morning? Like, and
yeah,
then
so
what do you do?
I'll do a coffee in the morning with some dairy-free creamer and no sugar or anything in it. And yeah, that usually helps me for a couple hours, but then I feel like when my son naps, I have to nap too.
Yeah.
I somehow get some kind of weird, I don't want to say crash, but it's just not enough. But I
Yeah.
can't nap when he naps. You have stuff to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's also like the reality of like managing a 1-year-old. It seems like it would be, hey, they're just little kids. It won't take, a ton of energy. It's like, it takes this like extra level because you can't ever look away. It's the never look
No,
away energy. You don't realize how
You
many
don't
micro
stop.
breaks you take in between.
no.
Like, but like, and then of course at one, is this your first child?
Yes.
You think everything's gonna hurt them. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
everything is dangerous,
He had his mouth on a bottle of Tito's the other day. I didn't even know I had that in the house.
And
I was like, what do
look,
we do?
that's how you create alcoholics by accident. They get into the
Truly.
Tito's at 1 years old.
Oh my God.
Hey,
the
and
kids.
so what, like in the afternoon, if you were to have a pick me up now, what do you choose?
I
Like,
really have nothing. So I'll do maybe like a half dose of that iced coffee that I usually make.
Yeah.
Sometimes I try to eat fruit just because I know it has the natural sugar in it, but nothing does it for me.
yeah. Yeah, and have you ever had any nootropics or adaptogens before?
I don't think so.
Yes, and what it does is not only does why I'm a big fan of the energy drink mix is it not only does it give you the caffeine, but it kind of balances out that sort of energy that comes along with it and then allows it to be sustained for a much longer time and then just slowly slow down, right? It just makes you feel so much better. That's what makes it like so much different, why I think it's a huge opportunity. I guess my other question to you would be if what type of product do you think we should consider on top of what we're already looking at potentially creating?
I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, one of the products, was it kind of like just a packet, like tear and pour in water type packet?
Yeah.
Was that one of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, that is the dream. I mean, I love the ease of that, the simplicity of that. I have a hydro flask that I fill with water every day. That would be amazing. Even, something in like a gummy form.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a child, so I love a vitamin gummy when I can get it.
Yeah, look, I mean,
that's
it's a
tough.
very popular sort of additional ad. Everyone talks about
Yeah.
that gummy. Now it's just those gummies are just so sugary. And
know.
and here's the thing about the gummies as a supplement, like the moment the the active ingredient, whatever type of supplement gets into that gummy, it just slowly deteriorates. So the longer it's been out of production, it just becomes less and less and less and less till by the time that thing sits on the shelf for a little bit, you just had a gummy bear. That's it. You just had a gummy bear. You know what I
Enjoy.
mean? And I think like, but I think what the interesting note about it is the convenience, right? Like it's the something that's a little bit like just different than a bar, different than there's just something about like the convenience of people going back to the gummy, and it kind of lands on this idea of almost like a healthy candy. You know what I mean? Because everybody, if they could be like, hey, this candy's really beneficial for me, it's just not getting me all high on sugar.
I feel like you can justify it.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah. I mean, I think that's the reality. Will you prefer to buy a snack that's healthy because it just makes you feel good to be snacking? Would you consider buying a popped chip a nice salty delicious pop chip that was filled with nutritious value and adaptogens and nootropics to make you feel better. What about a bag of chips that made you feel happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, no, maybe. Hey, even as I finished it, I was like, that sounds like a good sales
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah, it sounds real good.
Okay, well, look, I appreciate you not only being a machinist, but willing to take time out of your day. Hope somebody's watching your son. Maybe it's okay. Just glad that he's not just like put in like.
I call it baby jail.
Yeah, like the little baby jail, right? And we got to do it sometimes. You got to do it sometimes. It just is what it is.
No judgment.
But thank you again for all your
Thank
feedback, and as we continue to share with things with you in the future, I really, really appreciate your information and feedback.
Likewise, thanks.
All right, take care. Carolina, thank you for being a machinist and supporting our development of brands and products. I would love to kind of hear your thoughts on what you chose and why you chose it and what you think we should do.
I chose the protein powder just because I really enjoyed like all the ingredients that were in it, all natural. I have issues with having just regular protein powder like whey, so I have to have a vegan one. And that one had like a good amount of protein in it, and mainly just the ingredients in it were really interesting. I haven't seen it in a protein powder. And the flavor. Normally I'm a chocolate person, but the peanut butter and banana, that I have not seen.
Man, this is what we're gonna do. For that, we're gonna send you a peanut butter and banana sample, so that you can say not for any of your feedback, because it won't be necessary, because you're gonna be like, this is the most delicious thing I have ever tasted in my entire life. Now, I was anti-protein in this process, and believe it or not, today was the first time that I had tasted the protein, because I'm like, nobody's gonna want protein, and protein was one of the highest chose products, proving me wrong. But then I tasted it for the first time, and it is like heavenly delightful. So yes, Bernie is smart about his flavor choices as well. What are some other things you looked at in there? And well, before that, do you use protein as sort of something you have throughout the day, or do you use it mainly for like workout recovery?
Mainly workout recovery, so I'll have it like after a workout.
And then, like, is that like you're hitting the gym, you're going for a jog? Like, what's your workout routine?
Mainly the gym. Just the gym, workout, an hour, and then protein powder.
Okay, and then what are some other of our sort of product line extensions that seemed appealing to you in that top 3 for you?
Definitely the bars seem really interesting, especially with the ashwagandha. I hope I'm saying it correctly.
Yeah.
I've heard of that before. I used to just have the powder itself and throw it into my protein, or even like in morning coffee or anything like that. So anything with that, I've just always been interested in. Other ones that were part of the line, the energy shot or the energy packets, I think would be a really good idea as well.
Yeah. Now, what do you use for energy currently?
Any pre-workout that I have, like here and there, I'll get either a Celsius or something to drink. But
yeah,
I feel like that would be another good one.
Yeah, it's interesting how many people are just really on that like pre-workout as like an energy. There's some sort of trick in there of like they just get you on some like get all fired up. You just get all extra, get your muscles all ready to rock. There's something they got that Celsius has got people somewhere now. What do you think? Anything that you think we should think about potentially making as well?
I had suggested supplements, so some sort of multivitamin or even a blend of the ashwagandha or turmeric, anything like that I think would do really well. Different categories as like this one's meant for stress, this one's meant for, sleeping better, or during the day, a little energy boost.
Yeah. No, I think that is the functional side, and look, I think that's the concept behind the brain boost itself, right? It's really kind of give you all those ingredients, and you could end up putting it in your shakes or putting it in your coffee, just always giving you a little extra edge, whether it's in your
focus.
Yeah. And really, that's the whole thing with the nootropics and adaptogens is to give you more of a healthy, clean, even sort of focus and better mood and energy as a whole, you know. The concept behind our good mood superfood, you know. Taste good, feel good nutrition, you know. So, hey, I appreciate you as a machinist. Thank you for your feedback. I look forward to hearing your thoughts on everything we create down here at the Dyrdek Machine in the future. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. That's so
All
fun.
right. Okay, the machinist feedback, man. Really, really interesting. You know, it's like obviously a wide variety of different consumers and really, again, I'm getting hit across the face here on this protein. You know, a lot of people, you know, just really like protein matters to a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. But one thing that I think is incredibly clear is they really looked at the label.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they really looked at the label and like appreciated how clean the product was actually created.
Right.
You know what I mean? So kudos to you. And they don't even understand how good it actually tastes.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I really believe that is, you know, the pathway to loyalty in this space is really like, man, you taste it, love it. It serves its need for you and gives you this additional benefit that is adaptogens and nootropics and makes you feel better. A plus serves the need is sort of your recovery protein and your desire for it to be super clean and healthy.
Right.
But man, you come back over and over again for the taste.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad I finally tasted it.
Yeah, me too.
You know, after all these weeks of just being in total denial and calling you on a Sunday and being like, what are we doing? Where are we at? How can this be? So let's talk about it. Where do you feel now that we need to go next in the product line? You know, because I know you kind of have it built out in your head of kind of for a lot of different reasons. Where do you think we're headed?
I mean, listen, the protein was an undeniable like favorite here.
Yeah.
I think that knowing that these machinists haven't actually tried the product, it's more of the theory and concept behind it. Energy is obviously a clear. You know, they're excited about energy and other variables of energy. I really like this brain boost. I think that position the right way, the right call out, the right messaging, enhance your coffee, improve your energy and focus with ingredients that are just like nobody else is really using right now, and it's an exciting product.
Yeah, look, I do agree, right? I do like, even though I'm all about this energy, you know what I mean? Because I think it is the ultimate way to feel Mindright is when you combine it with that caffeine, it just feels remarkable. But I think the versatility of the brain boost, you know, I've been living on the brain boost this entire show. I've been feeling amazing.
Right. That's right.
You know, top to bottom. You know, I just think it because you can put it in the shake and be an addition to your existing protein. Can use it in the morning to get going and feel right. Get
Great
mind
afternoon,
right.
Pick me up.
Yeah, and again, like even in the afternoon, you would still most likely put it in a coffee, right? Like perhaps you would put it in a shake, you know, but you know, so I waver. I believe that you know, there is an opportunity for the more supplement side, but I believe in the energy side too, and now I believe in the protein side. And again, to anybody, you know, expanding your product line strategy, you get as much feedback as you can, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and market test it. You know what I mean? Like we still got to get into market with these and see how our existing consumers convert in whatever we choose to bring to market. But I think for me it goes back to I land back on that energy, man. I want to walk away from energy,
Yeah.
but I can't quit it. When I think of old Jonathan there, who's just breaking his addiction to Monster Energy in the afternoon, and like, you know, the poor mom just needing something to like give her a little boost in the afternoon. I just look at that, you know, especially that idea of like you just break it, get it into a water, and like everything's right
going.
again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So where do you think, once and for all, if I'm saying energy, you're saying brain boost, where do you think we'll end up?
Energy.
Yeah, come on, yeah. Like, look,
It's
yeah,
an easy move forward.
Yeah,
You know, we've got
yeah.
a great tasting product. It's pretty clear people are looking for alternative energy.
Okay, look, I mean, it's been quite a journey today. We are in the middle of building a business together, and this is the process, man. This is the launch phase. You just keep fighting and pushing and pulling and evolving and bringing your brand alive, and that includes expanding your product line, especially when you have an amazing platform that is Mindright, and you have the ability to go into all different types of products. And make no mistake, one day we will have a protein powder, an energy shot, a popped chip, a brain boost superfood blend, and a beloved non-dairy creamer. We're going to have it all because that's what this brand was built for. And ultimately, when you got a guy like Bernie, who is an R&D monster, just over there tweaking and twisting and bringing in products, who knows what I'm going to get like. It's sausage. Trust me. Try it. It's a Mindright sausage. And that's like, I think this is too far. And then I'm going to eat it and be like, this is delicious. You know, maybe not quite that far, but I look forward to continuing this journey with you, and wherever we may ultimately land after this show. I know that the people are going to love it. It's going to taste great and make them feel great. Bernie, thank you for another amazing episode
Robert,
of Build with
thank
Rob.
you. I appreciate it.
Till next time. All right, that is it for our show. Make sure you follow Build with Rob wherever you listen to podcasts. Now, if you watch it on YouTube, make sure you subscribe at YouTube/Dyrdek Machine. And look, if you want to join the process, be one of our consumer collaborators and be inside the machine method, go to dyrdekmachine.com and become a machinist. We want to have you here. And now, if you got an amazing idea, you are a true do-or-dyer entrepreneur, then you find Are You a Do-or-Dyer on dyrdekmachine.com and you pitch us an idea. You might just end up on this show. And look, no matter who you are, you got to have the eyes to make sure it's happening. You got to make sure in your heart that it can be real. And you got to know you got the energy to push it forward. It is see it, believe it, and do it. Until next time, I'm Rob Dyrdek.